The combat training arena fell into absolute silence. Cadet Jessica Morgan stood in the center of the sparring circle, facing off against what was supposed to be a routine training exercise. Across from her, a Velcari cub, juvenile but still dangerous, had just bared every single razor-sharp tooth in his mouth. His scales were flared, claws extended, tail lashing. It was a full threat display. Every cadet in the observation deck instinctively stepped back. Even the seasoned instructors tensed, hands moving toward emergency containment controls. Cadet Morgan, hold position. Instructor Vexenel commanded, his voice tight. Do not engage. That's a dominance challenge. If you move wrong, he'll attack. The Velcari training protocol was clear. Juveniles tested boundaries through aggression. The proper response was to submit or match the threat with superior force. Anything else meant bloodshed. Jessica looked at the cub, barely 4 feet tall, trying so hard to look intimidating. His eyes were wide, his breathing rapid. She'd seen this before. She grinned, wide, showing all her teeth, right back at him. Nice try, kiddo. The arena erupted in shocked gasps. Several instructors shouted warnings. The cub's threat display intensified. He hissed, snapped his jaws, and took an aggressive step forward. Jessica didn't flinch. She tilted her head, kept grinning, and made a playful come-on gesture with her fingers. The cub froze mid-hiss, confusion replacing aggression. His scales slowly flattened. He chirped, a questioning sound that no one had expected. Yeah, that's what I thought, Jessica said, walking forward calmly. You're not actually mad. You're nervous, right? New training arena, lots of people watching. You're just trying to look tough. She knelt down to his level. The cub could have lunged, could have struck. Instead, he sat down, his tail curling around his feet uncertainly. It's okay, Jessica continued, her voice gentle despite the aggressive grin still on her face. I get it. Sometimes you gotta puff up a bit. But here's the thing. I'm a human. We show our teeth when we're happy, not when we're threatening. Confusing, right? The cub tilted his head, studying her face. Slowly, hesitantly, he made a soft clicking sound, the Velcari equivalent of a nervous laugh. Jessica extended her fist. How about we start over? I am Jessica. The cub touched her fist with his smaller clawed hand, mimicking the human greeting he'd seen in orientation videos. Instructor Vexenel descended from the observation deck, his expression a mixture of disbelief and scientific curiosity. Cadet Morgan, that was the most reckless and somehow effective response I've ever witnessed. That cub gave you a full threat display. You could have been seriously injured. With respect, sir, he wasn't threatening me. He was testing me. Jessica stood up, the cub now following her like a shadow. I grew up with 3 younger brothers. I know the difference between real aggression and someone trying to figure out where they stand. But you smiled. Another instructor interjected. You showed teeth at an apex predator making a dominance display. Exactly, Jessica said. I matched his energy, but didn't escalate. I showed him I wasn't scared, but I also wasn't going to hurt him. It's called calling a bluff. My brothers tried this stuff all the time. The cub chirped again and gently headbutted Jessica's leg, a sign of acceptance in Velcari body language. Humans are insane, muttered a Thalaxian cadet from the observation deck. No, Instructor Vexenel corrected, making notes on his datapad. They're social predators who understand behavioral dynamics in ways we're only beginning to comprehend. Cadet Morgan just demonstrated that aggression displays. Jessica scratched behind the cub's ear ridge. He leaned into it, purring. Also, sir, he's literally a child. Back on Earth, kids test adults all the time. They push boundaries to see if you're safe. You don't submit to a kid's tantrum, and you don't dominate them either. You just show them you're steady, you're confident, and you're not going anywhere. The cub looked up at her with something approaching adoration. Well, Vexenel said, updating the training protocols in real time, I believe we've just discovered a new approach to juvenile-predator interaction. Cadet Morgan, how would you like to assist with the interspecies youth integration program? Jessica grinned, that same toothy grin that had confused and calmed a trained predator. Sure, But fair warning, I'm going to teach them all high fives. Non-negotiable. The cub immediately tried to copy her grin, showing all his teeth. It should have been terrifying. Instead, it was adorable. Humans, Vexenel sighed, but he was smiling too. They turn everything into friendship. It's a gift, Jessica agreed, leading her new friend out of the arena. Behind them, the observation deck buzzed with excited chatter about the human who'd grinned to death and made it purr.